Well, that was interesting. I just recorded the whole vlog and forgot to switch the microphone on, essentially. So there was 15 or 20 minutes worth of vlog with no sound whatsoever. So brilliant. Anyway, welcome to this week's vlog. So this week, as you can see, I am at home. The green screen behind me is gone. I'm just gonna, keep it a bit real and just this is my office, if you like. This is my room. This is where I record from. It's got a door. It's got a chair. Such is life. Anyway, I just want to say hello. Hope you guys are all staying safe. It's Tuesday the 24th of March this morning. Crazy days. We're now in lockdown. No one can go anywhere. No one can do anything except for essential journeys. Personally, me and the family, we've been in lockdown for the last 11 days, so we're staying as safe as we can, obviously with circumstances as they are, with myself with diabetes and a wife who's got MS, and we just don't want to take any risks. And not for me really, it's much more for Beth than me, but yeah, we're trying to stay as safe as we can, and we've got enough food hopefully to last us. We've got plenty of things to do. I've even started doing work in the garden, which is unheard of for me. But I was thinking to myself, do you know what? We're going to be in this for a long run, really. We're going to be in lockdown, or we're certainly going to be in self-isolation until the middle of June, probably at the earliest. So I might as well make the garden a habitable place that we can all enjoy, rather than an absolute tip, which it normally is. I've also found some old games. I've been playing a bit of Call of Duty, which I'm absolutely terrible at, and it's very frustrating. But
Gonna be all right. We need to get
off me. It's keeping me entertained, so it's not too bad, and we're doing all right. The girls are doing their schoolwork from home, so it's just interesting, very surreal and strange times at the moment. Anyway, what am I up to? What am I up to with the channel? Let's have a little chat about that. I've got some things lined up. I've got a vlog from Lanzarote, which I never released, coming up hopefully. Just got to edit the images. The reason I didn't release it is because I had a real struggle editing any decent images out of it, but I'm going to try and make that a bit of a project really. So I'll try and edit some images, release the vlog, and then show you how I edited those images to try and make something not very good look reasonably alright. But we shall see if that works as well. But yeah, I've got those. I got some light-hearted things coming out. I've been very lucky. I want to say thanks very much to quite a few of my fellow vloggers who've allowed me to use some of their footage to hopefully put together a couple of light-hearted vlogs, which you'll see in the coming weeks. They're going to take a little while to put together, so bear with me on that, but hopefully when they are put together they should be quite interesting and quite fun. So I've got that to come out as well. There'll be countless other bits and pieces. I want to do some more of these vlogcasty type things, so if you guys have got anything that you want to ask me or any topics you want me to talk about, then that'd be good as well. And I might even do a live stream, you never know. I'm thinking there's an awful lot of us who are going to be at home now for a while, except for obviously essential workers and the key workers, and I want to say personally massive thank you to everyone who watches this, who does any of those jobs. Not least NHS staff. We can't thank you enough. I want to say, can never repay the debt to you guys for the work that you're putting in at this time. But not just NHS, everyone who performs a really important task, a key task. I want to say a big thank you to all of you guys, and genuinely mean that. People like my family rely on you guys, and we're really relying on you right now, and just thank you so much. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about today, as I said, because a lot of us are stuck at home, is I've got a few channels that you might want to binge, and that you might have heard of, that you might not have heard of. that you might want to take a look at and watch a few videos while we're all on lockdown. So they're all under 500 subscribers, except for one of them. There's actually 6 channels. The 6th one is, talk about that later, but slightly over 500. But there's a specific reason that I wanted to include that channel, and I'll explain that when I get to it. But let's get cracking. I was going to do like the old 5 and 5 and put the once it up here, put the old timer up there. But this is going to take longer than 5 minutes. But I might try and bring the cheesy music back just to give you a bit of a flavour of what it used to be like. Anyway, so number 1, the first channel that I want to talk about is Ben McDonald. So Ben McDonald's a vlogger. He's been going for a year now. Landscape photography vlogger. He's literally just put out his how was my first year on YouTube type vlog. And the reason that I want to talk about Ben is because he's very laid back. He's a very affable guy. He makes good vlogs. They're well put together. There's a good narrative to them. He's entertaining. He's a good photographer as well. He goes some interesting places, and he's got quite a backlog of vlogs. So he's on, what's he on? 357 subscribers at the moment. So by no means a massive channel, but it's just an interesting guy to watch, and I've been watching him from like right at the start of his YouTube journey, and he's getting better and better. But he's well worth sort of a bit of a binge, really, I think. So yeah, Ben McDonald, he's the first one. Give him a go, watch him. He's done some really interesting stuff, and a lot of stuff in and around Snowdonia actually, which is quite interesting as well. So yeah, Ben McDonald is the first one. Channel number 2 is Rich and Gem's Landscape and Wildlife Photography channel. Rich and Gemma are a couple, and that really is what I enjoy about watching those two. I mean, I like the fact that they have a decent variety of vlogs, so it's not all about wildlife and it's not all about landscape. There's a bit of variety in there, and they're fantastic wildlife photographers, very good landscape photographers as well, but fantastic wildlife photographers. But the thing that I find the most interesting, the thing that keeps me going back to their vlogs, is they've got a fantastic chemistry between the two of them. There's a real great interaction, and they bounce off each other really well. They go to some interesting places as well. They've got quite a back catalogue worth watching, and they've only got sort of 383 at the moment subscribers, so another small channel, but definitely someone well worth watching, or a channel well worth watching. Their chemistry between each other, as I said, is fantastic. So Rich and Gem, give them a watch. Number 3 on the list, and I can't believe that these guys have got so few subscribers. They've only got 58 subscribers, which is absolutely mad. They don't have masses of videos, I will admit, but I love watching them. They're absolutely fantastic, and that's Warner Tate Photography. It's Adele and Max, and these two guys, they are brilliant together. They are hilarious. I love the places they go to. I love the photography they do. They're often they're often in Scotland, and they're another couple who are really engaging and have a really fantastic chemistry, and they're funny, and their vlogs are always or generally interesting, and they've got a good narrative to them. There's one particular one where they went to some island in Scotland and didn't have enough money to get the ferry back, and that was absolutely hilarious, brilliant, really funny. So they are well worth a watch, and only 58 is criminal that they've only got 58 subscribers. So go give them some love, go show them some support, and give them a watch. Really good. The photography is actually really good as well, but more than that, they're really engaging, and they're very funny to watch. So that's a Warner Tate Photography. Excuse the noise. My family are up and about, so that's one of the taps going. The next one on the list is a guy called Scott, and he does a channel called The Riley Shop, and I really enjoy watching Scott. He's much more than just a photographer, or his vlogs are about much more than just photography. They're much more personal. They're just more of an actual vlog about his life, really, rather than just the photography, and that's really interesting. He does some quite good street stuff as well, so he's a well worth a watch. Like I said, he's got 462 subscribers at the moment, so another very small channel, you know, could do with a bit of love. And he's just an interesting guy, very genuine, very nice guy, quite engaging. You know, he's supportive of other vloggers as well, which is always nice. But yeah, he's worth a watch, just for the fact that he's very personable, and his vlogs are not just about the photography, they're about his personal life and a few other bits and pieces as well. So yeah, he's worth a watch. That's the Riley shot. Number 5 is a guy called Scott Tilley, so Scott Tilley Photography. Now, I've watched Scott for a long time. I watched him right back at the beginning when he first started vlogging, and he vlogged for quite a while, and then he took a break. I think he was doing Ironman or something, but that didn't work out. So he's now back to photography again, and I've always enjoyed watching Scott. He's just another. You can just tell he's a really nice, genuine guy. I've never met him, but you can just tell he's a nice, genuine guy. He goes to some interesting places. He's kind of like most of his stuff, I think. A lot of his stuff seems to be around the Peak District, sort of that area. But it's a very interesting watch. Just recently started doing a bit more wildlife stuff, and there was a really good vlog about how to set up not traps, but set up lures to get birds to come to certain areas so you can take photos of them, and that sort of thing was quite interesting. Even though I'm not really a wildlife photographer as such, but it was still really interesting to watch. So yeah, and he's only on 450 subscribers again, so someone who could do with a little bit of love. And he's got quite a lot of back catalogue, a lot of videos worth watching. So yeah, Scott Tilley Photography, another one to give a go to. So that's 5, and my 6th one, this guy, he's actually got over 500. He's 518, and he's Mark McNeil. And the reason I want to talk about Mark, and lots of people like Mark, firstly, let's talk about Mark himself. I really enjoy watching Mark's stuff. Mark's a professional photographer. He's obviously a freelance professional photographer. His photographs are fantastic. They are really very good quality. And he's just a really nice guy, very engaging, and his vlogs are really interesting to watch. Huge amounts of B-roll at the beginning generally, but that's cool, you know, but very interesting to watch and very engaging guy. But the reason I want to talk about Mark and the likes of Mark is right now, with things as they are, it's just crazy, and people like, you know, creatives and self-employed are really struggling. And you know, as much as I'll freely admit I didn't vote Conservative. I'm not a huge Boris Johnson fan, but I will say I think he's handling this fantastically well, this crisis, as is the Chancellor. But the one group of people who are kind of being a little bit let down or not being looked after quite as much are the self-employed and people like freelance photographers and creatives. They're really going to struggle. So people like Mark who go out and do it, you know, as a job, a lot of those could go to the wall. So support Mark and others, but support the likes of Mark. Go and watch his vlogs. Go and buy a print. But you know what? Go and buy a coffee for them. You know, give them some support. Give them a little bit. Help them through these times. If they're offering online courses or something like that, just, you know, maybe dip your hand in and help them out a little bit, because for most of us, or for a lot of us, we're going to struggle a little bit, but we'll get through. But for these guys, it could be the end of their businesses. So let's really try and help those guys out. And on another note, don't be an idiot. Don't go out if you don't need to. Don't go anywhere unless it's absolutely essential. So if you're another vlogger out there and you're thinking, oh, do you know what, for my exercise I'll wander up somewhere and take some photographs, don't do that. We need to set an example to other people. You know, we as vloggers need to set an example. I won't be going out over this period. I won't be going out anywhere and taking photos, and neither should you. You should be staying in, and you should be setting an example to other people and saying, we can't go out right now. Because if people see you doing it and they think that it's acceptable, then what's to stop them starting going out? And then we'll be back to a situation where we were last weekend, where you had loads of idiots up the hills and around the mountains, and just congregating by the sea, and just, you know, this virus will then run riot. And we know what happens in Italy. We've seen what's happened in Italy. We know what's coming. It's probably still coming anyway, but if we can stop that as much as we can, then that's what we need to do. So us as vloggers, we have a duty to other people to show them the way and show them what should be done. So don't be an idiot. Stay in. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that. Like I said, there'll be some more content coming. It's going to be a bit odd, a bit sporadic, odd times at the moment, but I'll do my best to try and, you know, entertain myself and entertain you in the process. And yeah, stay safe, stay indoors, and until next time, I'll see you really soon.